Welcome to another episode of Saint Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we look at Dennis Gizal. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon. This one, I'm gonna unveil something that the whole of SVG needs to know. You see, Dennis was caught with 36,000 US dollars. Let's calculate that to Eastern Caribbean currency. 36,000 times 2.67. Make a random guess. That's over like $96,000. Close to 100,000. Check the name again. Gizal. You heard that surname. Was he related to someone who got caught with some monies already? Was that why police was targeting him? I remember I did an episode with K-Pasa, Antonio Gizalo. You heard that surname? Gizalo. The money that K-Pasa was charged with was over the $1 million range. K-Pasa was not on the boat at the time. So they charged him for money laundering and gave him a 10-year jail sentence. Let me look at something now. Where is the monies that they seized from K-Pasa and the other shot liquors? In capital Kingston, we have youths walking up and down on the streets, begging for $1, for $2, for something to eat, for clothes to wear. Let's not be stupid and say that the narrator is talking some out-of-way things. Kepasa's story is all over the news. You can even Google it and find it in the Eastern Caribbean court. Just like how they highlighted that he was caught with monies. Why not highlight where that money went? Let me show you how St. Vincent is definitely not a real place. Somebody from another Caribbean country come here on a shuttle boat. They got catch with something. The sentence is very small, pertaining to when a Vinci goes out there, licks a shot, get caught in places like Barbados, and they give them a 10 years, a 20 years. But over in St. Vincent, they get a slap on the wrist. Just recently, one Vincentian and two Grenadian nationals was caught in a shuttle boat off the coast of Union. The Vincentian was charged $8,000. The two Grenadians, and not even half of that money. As they said, that was the second time he got caught licking shots. Tell me something. We live in a country where jobs are scarce, limited opportunities, no industries. What do you expect the man to do? These guys have children to send to school. They have their wives. They have their mothers and fathers. And sometimes these guys are the only breadwinners in the family. We keep importing cigarettes. So why they keep importing and we cannot export anything? You see, this is something I don't really get about St. Vincent the Coast Guard. A vessel is leaving St. Vincent. It is obvious you're not going to find any money. You might find a little substance on it. Loud, let it go out. Let BIM cover their borders. Let Grenada cover their borders. We cannot stop the shots from going out. They have to protect their own borders. If the vessel is coming in, then you could try to intercept it because you don't know what's on it. But you know when it is leaving with the green gold. Sometimes when the generals lick the shot and they're at bars and pubs liming, some of the same policemen, is who stretch out their hands to demand them. Zada, give me something now. Let me drink a Hennessy and look like you too now. You don't lick no shot and get no gold chain. Me lick you to one. You see the guy that get caught on the boat? He didn't use his head to, because this is a pandemic and the borders are tightly closed. Where was he going? Spirit Cutler, you spoke about amnesty. So many Rasta men lost in prison for the green thing. Next thing, you sign a thing for $200 per pound. What is that spirit? Huh? Man last in jail for how many years? Couldn't see their families. You sign something, say, we must sell it for $200. You see why St. Vincent can't run right? Every other country is trying to make it legal. But we are keeping it illegal. Always behind things, always last in the class. Christian Council said this, Christian Council said that. And I'm not saying Christian Council don't come out for some good things sometime. But where is Christian Council when the youths are begging on the streets of Kingston? Pastors driving S-Class Benz. And we ain't saying that a man ain't work for his thing and he ain't supposed to look good. But you driving as class Benz, you preaching in the church every day. And you won't go to Kingston to even share out some food baskets. Where's the offering? What the youth should start doing? They should start doing like Benji Cutler. Remember when he got caught with that big money? When Benji said, a thing him do for it, a wrong thing with a man. A vehicle seized, a property seized, money seized, and youths are still begging. Some of the persons who are saying, seize it, take it away. Him shouldn't get mixed up in those kind of activities. You go to work every day, you collect your salary. What do you do for your community? If you do something, you can talk because you're trying to steer the youths on the right path. But if you're not doing anything, you need to just observe. A lot of guys have complained in the past that when the police come to raid their property and so on and they find them money is go missing out of the money. And I'm not talking about these officers now. It was a little while back. Because these ones seem to bring the correct money to the table. Let's use our common sense right now. These guys get caught with illegal money. The police takes it away and puts it back into infrastructure and roads and pays some work people and things. So tell me something. Wasn't that the same illegal money they are spending? Aren't they spending illegal money too? Vibes Cartel said, some man are meds, but they don't meds with sense. So let us meds with some sense now. You ever calculated so much money that the stain comes off on your hand when you wash your hand? You see the dirt? Money is the dirtiest thing in the world, and let me prove it. Not only by the hand thing, but let me show you something. A man licks a shot, he goes into a bar, he have a couple of drinks. That shopkeeper then goes and spend that money by a supermarket. Take for example, he walks into Jack's. A lot of Christians are walking there. When the man pays the cashier, after the checking up, on salary day, the workers get paid from the same money. Vibes Cartel have a song called the Western Union. In that song, it shows you how money rotates around, the hands that it passed through. Hey, you see, if Dennis' money is taken away, we need to know where that money is being spent. Come on, build some kind of home to put these youths in Kingston. Provide food for them. Set up a soup kitchen so that they can go there every day. Remember I told you, if that stimulus package was distributed correctly, we wouldn't have seen a rise in break-ins in homes. The youth are hungry, so they have to go look it. Remember, if you don't help the youths and steer them in the right path, they might come in your house to bust the same popo and rob you of everything, which while you had a chance to speak out to help them, but you stood right there, you stayed silent. Just recently, a guy was shot in his sleep in Glen. You see how the men are operating? They don't even have to wait until you wake up or until your eyes are open. They just give you right there. Imagine that we have more popo crimes than Barbados. What's that telling you? It isn't telling you something didn't go right. Ministers, you need to go into the communities, speak with the youths, ask them, why are you doing this? You can't just jump to a conclusion and say, oh, a bad man kill a bad man, so loud that with a gun and soul. You have to go in there, speak with them. Oftentimes, you see sometimes when the men lick the shot, that their boats are being seized. First thing they say, the money came from criminal proceeds to buy the boat. Which while some of these men are fishermen, but through they are facing hard time, they say, let me lick a one shot. I had a friend who followed somebody, boy, and go a low shovel lick and shot and end up in a view food. And while the man them offload the thing, them man are going at the jeep and now. Police pull up the jeep and one of the man them had a popo and then put the blame on Mister. Mister said when he go by the station it blows like a rain. Then pull out and thing call and cat with like 6 stripe on and play. All up to this the Mr. had the wheel. Mr. Ball like our little girl. You ever watch The Count of Monte Cristo? That's how the Lucian police dwelt with him. Pressure from our own and pressure from abroad. Nothing can get out, and if something gets out, the amount of pressure you're gonna face out there if you get caught. A sad situation. Just recently I saw something with Maya Matley, where an interviewer asked her if she was considering having crop over. Maya said, school first, and let's try to get back the country on its feet. She said she's not doing like our Prime Minister. She's not saying take the job and if you take it, you might consider having carnival. I did not say that. Maya Motley did. So please do not take my words out of context. Some people might say, a rubbish the narrator talk. But what the Bible told you, the youths of today will be smarter than the youths of yesterday. And you see the youths that are coming after my generation, they would even be 10 times smarter than me. Each one teach one. No one is too big to learn. Remember to hit the notification bell if you wish to see more videos like these. I'm out.